very breaking news that's coming in from Italy at this point. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there to attend the G7 summit, and he's currently meeting the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. There you can see visuals on your screen. A hug shared by the two leaders. The Modi-Zelenskyy meet is currently underway on the sidelines of the G7 summit. Previously, Prime Minister Modi also met with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and French President Emmanuel Macron. Let me go across to my colleague Rishabh for more on this. Rishabh, a hugely important meeting on the sidelines of the G7 summit. Prime Minister Modi meeting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. A hug is what has been shared between the two leaders, clearly reflecting the fact that India attaches a lot of importance to Ukraine and that it will make its own decisions when it has to move through global challenges such as the Russia-Ukraine war.
Well, definitely, India has been a neutral party when it comes to Russia-Ukraine war, but India has always been of the side that diplomacy and dialogue should be the main, point of agenda, and violence cannot change things. In the last G7 summit as well in Hiroshima, Prime Minister met President Zelenskyy, and both the leaders discussed India-Ukraine relationship as well as the crisis that has emerged in Europe because of Russia-Ukraine conflict. Remember, Prime Minister was the one who at Uzbekistan's SCO summit in 2022 in September said that this is not an era of war, and that became the bottom line of all the negotiations, all the statements that came in since then. Even in the G20, declaration, the New Delhi declaration, this line was used and agreed upon by all the member nations. So this shows that how India is important in the Russia-Ukraine conflict as well. We spoke to a lot of foreign ministers who were in India earlier this year from the region, be it from the Nordic, be it from the Baltic, and they all do believe that India can play an important role. So does Ukraine, given the proximity of India and Russia. So it will be very interesting to see what the outcome of this meeting would be.
Rishabh, can I also ask you, these meetings have been happening on the sidelines of the G7 summit, but can we also expect a bilateral between Prime Minister Modi and the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau?
No. On that front, a simple answer is no. India has not approached or neither have received any requests from the Canadian side for a bilateral. There is no bilateral that has been scheduled as of now, and there is no talk even for a bilateral in offering between the two leaders. Remember, the two leaders last met at G20 summit here in New Delhi. Post that, things have changed a lot between both the countries. Prime Minister Trudeau openly accusing India of transnational killing of a proclaimed terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. India very categorically saying that it is not our foreign policy, it is not our policy or ethics, and Canada needs to mend its way. The space, the political mileage that it has given to anti-India activities on its home ground is something that is neither good for India nor for Canada, and not even for the India-Canada relationship.